The Dads That Game radio podcast is brought to you by Video Games Monthly. Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service that delivers retro video games to gamers who own classic gaming systems from the 1980s through 2000s. And the best part is, you keep the games. Check us out at videogamesmonthly.com.
Live from his wife's basement, still gaming into their elder years. This is the Dads That Game radio podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Wolf and William Small.
Hello, everybody in Radio Land. Are we still in Radio Land? I don't know. Probably. It's not Video Land.
So.
Yeah,
Maybe.
It's still Radio Land. Yeah.
No.
We're good. Yeah. Hello. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah. It's a little later on Sunday. I'm a little more awake, a little more aware. I guess I'm just a little more. Is that a song? It could be.
A little extra.
I guess it could be. Isn't that ironic? That'd be fun, don't you think? It's a little too ironic. All right, because it's
I'm
like
a little less extra actually today.
Well, you know, it's like rain on your wedding day. I'm gonna stop that right now. Got it. Please make sure you check us out. We're hello, I'm Michael Wolf. With me as always, William Small. Make sure you please check us out, www.noobsandpros.com. Please click on the link. I'm actually changing it today. It'll just say Dad's the Game. We're doing that. So we're not lost anymore. We're not just the podcast. And then you click on it and you're like, oh, right, Dad's the Game podcast. I'm going to change the link today. It'll say Dad's the Game. There you go. You're welcome, faithful listener. There's only one of them. I'm pretty sure his name's Corey, and he's the only person that ever listens to the show. Because he's the only one out there.
I think he's the only...
He's
the only faithful
right.
listener.
He's the only guy that ever responds to us. Like when I put out polls or ask, hey, send us an email, he actually does it. So thank you, Corey. So thanks, buddy. We appreciate it.
I feel like that all of the thousands of other people that are listening to us or whatever,
I think they're just
we're just like background noise to them.
Pretty
Like they're
much.
just listening and hi everybody.
Yeah.
You're just enjoying the sound of our voices. Okay, that's fine.
maybe just, I don't know. Maybe they just turned the podcast radio network on at old people's homes. I don't know.
Whatever.
Hey, Peepaw.
Just so it sounds like people are talking.
Yeah. Hey, Peepaw. Enjoying your soup there?
How you doing?
Yeah. How you doing? Yeah.
How's it going, big guy?
I don't know. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Hey, Grandma. Yeah. Knitting a sweater? What are you doing? All right, we're going to stop that. So.
Yeah.
Hold on. I need to take my leave talking of old people. Ugh. Sorry. I
All
heard
those battlegrounds hurting your joints.
Well, yeah, I have actually a wrist brace right now, which I've never seen a thumb brace, not a wrist brace. That would just be like a hand brace. Well, like it's a weird contraption. Like if you like when you sprain your wrist and everything like that, like you put that brace on and it wraps around a Velcro. Same concept with this thing, but it's like half the size. It wraps around your wrist and then it wraps around your thumb. Because I did not know. Because I've been complaining. Well, I haven't complained to you or complained to our audience, obviously. But I've been having problems with my hand, like really, really bad. Because I type for a living. I do taxes, so obviously. But like, just massive pain, massive pain, like just hurtful. To where I could not grasp things, and like anything I would hold with my hand, I would drop because I've been in so much pain lately. It hurt to hold my cell phone, to type, to grasp a mouse, to grasp anything with my right hand. Just been hurting. So I go to the walk-in clinic, which honestly, I don't have anything against like nurse practitioners or physical therapy doctors or anything like that. But honestly, the walk-in clinics, you guys suck. That's all I'm going to say. Because, like, they really, unless you go to an actual doctor, you really don't really have any business giving people advice. I'm just going to say it. I'm sorry. I'm sure I'm sure you guys could do trauma work, like, how to patch somebody up if they're bleeding or cart somebody over to a real hospital. But the reason I'm upset with them is because I go into the walk-in clinic because my hand has been hurting for weeks. And they're like, oh, well, you just probably just overused it, because obviously I have to type all the time, and I'm a gamer. I mean, I'm guilty of that. I still actually take care of a household too, so I'm not just a lazy bum on my butt. So I mowed the grass, I haven't done it in about a week here, and it's getting out of control, and I need to get it taken care of, but it's been hot. And I take care of my family. So, but I go to the walk-in clinic, back on track. And they're like, yeah, you just overused it. They're like, just use, take some Aleve, use a wrist brace, which wraps your whole wrist, obviously, keeps your hand pretty immobilized and keeps your hand straight with your wrist, which is fine, I guess. But they're like, that's all we can do for you. They're like, call your real doctor, like my regular, everyday doctor. And they're like, he'll schedule you for a scan, and you can see where you hurt your hand. And I finally got into my real doctor because he's a busy guy. And then they told me that I pulled, I guess there's a nerve that goes underneath your thumb that stretches to your wrist. And I guess I either damaged it, or I extended it, or I overused it. So they got me this, it's this wrist, it's like a wrist thumb brace. It wraps around your thumb, and it keeps it straight with your wrist. And ever since I've been using it, my hand has felt a billion times better. So it's like my doctor actually knows what's going on. So
awesome.
Yeah, but that was, that was why I had to take a leave. It was a really drawn out story for why I had to take a leave. Yeah. But we were on
a very long story.
We were making fun of old people 30 seconds ago. So that's why I was like, oh, yeah, I feel like
it's definitely like an old
person,
too, where you start talking and you tell a very long story about about that one time.
Right. And it was cold outside. It was a winter of 62. Truman just became president. That was a whole mess. All right. Back into the show. Sorry. That was, I'm sorry. I feel like an old person is why I was bringing up that story. So, but I mean, it can happen to anybody. It's not just, me. My buddy Rich actually told me that he actually wears a wrist because he has carpal tunnel so bad, and he's younger than me. And I was like, Jesus. Yeah, he actually wears a wrist guard to just video game. So, haha, I'm not that old yet. I actually have an excuse. I pulled a nerve. So, there you go. But if you are listening to us as background music on the Podcast Radio Network, thank you. We do appreciate it. Please also support them. Use the if you can use the app, and there's that little device that's made by Amazon. I'm not going to say her name because she's going to turn on again. But you can just say, insert the word Alexa there. Okay, she's quiet. Tune into the Podcast Radio Network, or just launch Podcast Radio Network, however you have it set up. You can also download them on your iPhone and Android devices. You can do so by going to downloading the Crikey. It's called the Crikey app, Krykey. You tune into 102.6, and that's the Podcast Radio Network. They're also on the TuneIn app. TuneIn, all you have to do is just search for the Podcast Radio Network. We're on there Thursday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Like I said last week, we are now on iHeartRadio. If you go to iHeartRadio, just search for The Dad's the Game, or just Dad's the Game, I believe, still. I keep adding the. We've had this conversation before. But yeah, just search Dad's the Game. You can find all their shows right there now on iHeartRadio. So there you go. Fantastic. Also, thank you to our friends, Player One Coffee. Please go to their website too if you enjoy coffee and video gaming. It's a perfect marriage between two partnerships there. But playeronecoffee.com, just at checkout, if you are a first-time user, make sure you use code DADSThatGame. You'll get 5% off your order. So thank you to them for doing that to us. I am buzzing for some reason. I thought we turned all the buzzings off. The buzzings. Sounds like something I have a problem with. So
Buzzinator.
The buzzings. Yeah, there we go. And muted.
All right.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
No more buzzing.
It's been an interesting week. Obviously, we'll talk about games here in a minute that you can get yourself some hands on. But I've been having a lot of fun this week. This is one of my favorite weeks, just because, well, one, we just got done with Battlegrounds. We do this every third Saturday of the month. We do Battlegrounds here locally. We just get together. We put a bunch of systems in. We bring in independent developers. man, we had a great turnout yesterday. Like, not even kidding. Like, our small room is getting to the point to where we're getting too big for our britches. Like, seriously. So I think maybe plans for expansion happening in the rumors. I can't talk about it right now because it's just rumors right now. But there's if you stay tuned to the show and also noobsandpros.com, we get some we're in some talks with some pretty big fish right now. So it's actually very, very exciting for our gaming group. Yeah, it's exciting though, because it'd be really, really cool if this actually turns out the way that we're hoping it would. So can't talk about it right now because, like I said, we're talking, but it'll be really cool. But if you are in the Iowa area or any of the corresponding areas, if you want to drive, obviously, Battlegrounds, go to noobsandpros.com. Just click on our events tab. You'll see all our events. We partner with Microsoft. We host tournaments for them every single month. We have, I think we're booked until November. Dear God. We have Halo. Wow. Yeah, we have Halo tournaments right now going on until September. October, I believe. I totally could be wrong about this. I'm pretty sure I'm right. October, we're going to do a Fortnite tournament. And then November, we're going to do a Call of Duty Black Ops 4 tournament. So we're pretty much booked for the rest of the year with these tournaments. So thank you to Microsoft for doing that for us. And definitely check them out too. So we're having a lot of fun though. But Battlegrounds, back to Battlegrounds, like I said, we do this every third Saturday, except for September. September, we're going to do it the fourth Saturday. There was a booking conflict, but it's fine. We do it every single month. We get together. We bring in tons of fighting games. We bring in tons of, independent developers. I wanted a special thank you to Tony. I'm going to get his last name here because you guys definitely need to check out this game. Tony Harber, Hauber. He's the creator of a game called Deathball. For anybody that was a combo breaker, you'll recognize the game because he had his game there. That was where we met him at. He's actually from Iowa, and he brought his whole setup down. So we played Deathball yesterday. Fantastic game. It's like two wizards on a 1v1 kind of soccer game, but it's just a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun. He's still developing it. He's developing other games too. I told him he's more than welcome to come down anytime he wants to. So we may see more of him. So it'd be really cool. We're in works with other companies as well. Thank you to New Capital Gaming. Thank you to Galactic Battlegrounds Gaming. I think they're going to come hang out with us very soon. But just really, really cool where the direction of this Battleground idea is coming from. So big shout out to my buddy Brian Weber. Obviously, he was the actual he is the owner / creator of Noobs and Pros and Battlegrounds, and we've just been helping him out along the way. But he has been super supportive of us, and we try to help out with him as much as we can. So very, very fun. I had a blast. I didn't realize how busy. We've been building every single month, like our crowd size. I was not expecting the crowd we got yesterday. Like, it was huge. So, like, every single console we had in there, packed to the gills. So, like I said, I think we're getting too big for our britches, and we're gonna need some more space pretty soon.
Bigger.
Yeah. So
we're gonna need a bigger boat.
We're gonna need a bigger boat. By the way, has anybody seen the trailer for that new shark movie? What is it? The Meg?
Jason Statham one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Meg.
What's up with that? There's a scene where he's like fighting the shark. Like, look, I know Jason Statham is, he's a BA. Really? We're gonna go here. We're gonna go. I would almost dare to say rock-ish, cartoonish, action violence.
Yeah.
It's getting. I saw the preview the other day, and I was just like, I don't know at what point in your career, like, you take that turn and you're like, yeah, this sounds like a good idea. But okay, buddy, yeah, you do you. So, but the other reason that this has been a really fun week though is because obviously San Diego Comic-Con is going on. It's the biggest Comic-Con in North America, that is. I think there's a Universal one, I believe, but this is the biggest one in North America. Prove me wrong, I guess, but like, this is like the international Comic-Con. This is where all the trailers are coming out, the new movies are coming out, new comics are coming out, new toys are coming out. New game releases are going to be coming out. We're going to talk about a couple of them today. Not new ones, but obviously like collector's editions. So we'll talk about those today. But man, there has been a lot of cool stuff just coming out of Comic-Con. And obviously I'm gonna spoil stuff right now, but he already spoiled it if you paid attention, or if you guys are Walking Dead fans. They said this is gonna be the last season for Rick Grimes. So to what extent that means, I don't think they're gonna let him walk off on the sunset. So I'm guessing something pretty brutal is gonna happen. So we'll see. That was kind of sad news though, because I mean he's still alive in the comic, which is weird. So it's weird watching that show sometimes. Because, like, I can't watch older episodes because you're like, every single one of these guys is dead. Like, they just recycle the cast, like, all the time. It's not even funny. So
yeah, I haven't watched it since the first episode of the season where Negan, the first episode where Negan smashes Glenn and what's his name's head?
Abraham, yeah,
Abraham. That was the last episode I watched. So I don't know if I'm 2 seasons behind.
Yeah. Well, maybe a season. But it started getting good. It started getting good when Jeffrey Dean Morgan came in. So, yeah.
I just had got to the point where I've been watching it since the first episode ever, and I've read all the comics, and I just got burnt out.
A lot of people felt
I don't even know where it's at. I saw that they said that, the actor said he was, doing what he's doing, and everything.
And what's her name too? The girl that plays Maggie. Oh man, I can't even think of her name right now. Lauren Cohen. Sorry, she's done this season too. So they're losing a lot of people. So
and Carl's already gone, isn't he? Did he go last season?
Yeah, he went last season.
He wanted to go to college or something.
Yeah, he's got a music career. He's an artist. Like he's a music. He like writes and sings music. Yeah. Like I listened to a couple of his tracks and it doesn't even sound like him, which is really weird. So, but yeah, he does music, so he's fine. So, but yeah, it's just interesting to see like everybody, like honestly, like the one person that's still in the show wasn't even in the comic, and that's obviously Daryl. Everybody loves Norman Reedus.
Yeah, Daryl.
But I don't think he has any plans to leave, so we'll see what happens. So,
I mean, what else is he doing? You know,
I don't know.
More Boondock Saints.
Boondock Saints 3, which I think they need to make that movie, dude. I'm sorry.
2 was. Yeah.
Just look. If you ever watch Boondock Saints, and then obviously like. There was this whole period of time where it's like Boondock Saints 2 was written, but it was like no one ever wanted to greenlight it. So like, didn't they crowdfund it or something like that? It got crowdfunded. I
don't know. I just know that it finally happened.
Yeah, it finally happened. It was god awful movie. But then because William Dafoe wasn't in it anymore, except for this one cameo at the end. Where it made it seem like they were going to do like a whole like series or like, another movie, which had no point whatsoever being in it whatsoever. But whatever happened to those, I guess. I don't know. I mean, for God's sakes, I mean, they're making Glass, which is the third installment to M. Night Shyamalan's, Unbreakable. So, I mean, well, it's a sequel to Unbreakable, but I mean, obviously, if you count Split, it's the third movie. So I'm actually excited for that. That actually, those look pretty amazing. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of cool video game news too, which we'll talk about here in just a few moments. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about obviously weekend release. Let's talk about the games you can get yourself, get your hands on. It's gonna kind of be a slow week, unfortunately. There's a lot of cool, obviously third-party games again. But a lot of the bigger games are not. I mean, obviously they still have like the September window, so I feel like usually, I mean, this kind of happens every year. It's like June, July, August, kind of slow, and then like August. Well, sometimes August, but mostly like September through the rest of the year
becomes like crazy busy.
Really, really busy. Yeah. So, obviously, starting today, the 22nd, all the way up until the 28th, these are the games you can get your hands on here. Mega Man X Legacy Collection, which has been out before. It's available July 24th. That is coming over to Switch, so fantastic. Also, the sequel to that as well, Mega Man X Legacy Collection 2. Fun games. Those have been out on PS4, Xbox One before, but they're finally coming over to Switch. I don't even know what to say about this game anymore because I remember like This game, we were super excited behind it when it originally announced what it was, and then when it finally was released, just total opposite of what was promised. Burned a lot of fans, but apparently they patched it and they've retweaked it to where it is the game that was like it was supposed to be originally, but No Man's Sky. I bring it out because actually I think the new I don't know if the new patch is this Tuesday. I know it's coming into Xbox on the 24th. But
yeah, I think probably everything.
Yeah, I've heard the new patch is going to allow multiplayer now, which was promised. It's going to allow just a ton of other stuff that was promised originally. I mean, it only took you what 2-3 years to get that right. So, yay!
It's still going to be a very slow, boring game for you and I think 3 of your friends to run around in.
Here's the thing, like
still the same thing.
Here's the thing that like burned me on the game, and it was the same thing obviously that burned everybody else. But the game, I don't even want to like rant about it, like honestly, because I feel like we've ranted about it before. But it's like it promised like this what did they say? Quintillion different worlds that you could explore. Every single world
all look the same.
Yeah, every single world would be different because it was generated randomly, like by this generator they had. They said there was no way that you could ever get to the end of the game, but they kind of put this quest in that let you get to the end of the game within an hour.
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah. And then every single planet that you went to was supposed to have randomly generated AI. When we got to the planets, there was no AI. There was just a bunch of rocks and trees, and they were shaded different colors. We saw pictures of huge, dinosaurs kind of. Well, I mean, they weren't really dinosaurs, but like huge aliens that looked like dinosaurs romping across land. There was nothing.
I never saw any of those.
Never saw anything. Nothing. I maybe got chased by a couple. I broke some rocks and stuff like that. Maybe pissed off some robots, but that was about it.
Yeah,
that was the game.
Angry robots.
Yeah.
I mean, I even gave it another shot. I think like 6 months ago, or maybe a little bit more than that, when they had the last big update to it.
Yeah.
Where they had actually put in a real story, so that not only could you actually get more out of the game, but like each time you got to a new solar system, you actually got quests.
Yeah.
In that solar system. So it made it so that I played it a little bit more and whatever, but it still was the same thing. Every time I'd go to a new planet, I'm like, this planet's exactly like that other planet. It's just a different color. Like everything's just a different color palette. There's nothing new here.
Like I said,
I never found any huge animals or creatures.
I don't even want to. Like I work with a guy named Gary, and he swears by the game. Like he loves it, which is cool.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, it's great that you love a game. If you like it, I mean, go play it. Doesn't matter what anybody says. Forge your own opinions. We always told you that.
Yeah.
But the thing is like
it's not for me.
It's not for me either. And I don't think I feel like this game is like right in the same category of Destiny. Like, it doesn't matter how many times it promises you that it's changed. It only changes just a little bit, and then it's still the same crap. Yeah, so, because, like, I've been watching a lot of news lately, and obviously I'm ranting on Destiny right now, but, like, Destiny, like, I guess they put out exotic armor sets and a few, like, new quests and stuff like that. It's like, okay, great. What after that?
What else?
You still don't have your life together, and you're still an a-hole. Great.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Still living in your parents, whatever.
Right.
You can't grow up and get a job. No. Sure. You're just gonna keep doing the same thing.
Like that 130-year-old that their parents, his parents had to sue him to move out.
Yeah, had to sue him to get him out. Yes.
And he doesn't know. He didn't know what the definition of millennial meant. It's when on the news. Right? He's like, well, yeah. That's kind of how I feel like Destiny is. Yeah, that's Destiny in a nutshell. Moving on, though. Also on the 24th, you can get yourself Semblance. SEMBLANCE. I have no idea. Semblance. Thank you. God.
Semblance.
There you go. I'm going to just spell words from now on, and you just pronounce them for me. I appreciate it.
Well, that's what we'll do. All right.
Because I am making an ass out of myself.
I believe it's San Diego.
Semblance. Yeah. Right. Also, you can get yourself the Banner Saga 3 on PC, Mac, Nintendo Switch. For any Banner Saga fans out there, amazing game. So the third one's finally coming out. That is... one more on the 24th. Toby the Secret Mine on Nintendo Switch on the 24th. That's it for the 24th. Starting the 25th, you can get yourself Yee's Memories of Kelta? Celceta. Pronounce that for me, would you? Celceta. There we go. This is going to work. I feel good. That is available on PC. That's it for the 25th. On the 26th...
That game's old. That's weird.
I don't know. It just says it's on PC, so I don't know.
They must have ported it. Yeah.
It used to be a Vita game. So, it's coming over to...
it a long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, so it's coming over to PC is what they said. Through the Ages on the 26th, that's on PC. Crossing Souls on Nintendo Switch. Read Only Memories on the Nintendo Switch. Candle on the Nintendo Switch. Sleep Tight on the Nintendo Switch. Hello Neighbor, finally seeing this on Nintendo Switch. I'm sorry, Sleep Tight was it for the 26th. The 27th, Hello Neighbor. Go Vacation on the Nintendo Switch, and that's it for the week. So like I said, and actually Go Vacation is that was on the Wii, so interesting to see that port over. Interesting.
It's a relatively, even though it sounded like a lot of games, it's still a light week because most of those are small indie games and or games that you probably already own with just new stuff.
Well, but I mean, like, we still have, like, I mean, at the end of August, like, Monster Hunter Generations coming out. Trying to think of
Divinity 2 is coming on to all consoles.
Right, the PS4 and Xbox One.
August, so that's a big one.
The new Spyro, obviously, Spider-Man's September. Crackdown 3 is supposed to be September. Don't hold your breath.
Not happening.
I mean, like I said, it's just
honestly,
I'm
not worried about it right now. Like, I've got plenty of things to play.
Oh God, yeah.
And you know, I mean, it's funny. You know what? I started playing yet again, and I installed it on my PC because I forgot that because I have Amazon Prime, I get Twitch Prime, which gives me free stuff.
Right.
So
you get free games.
I started playing.
Every single month.
You get free games, but you also just get free stuff for games that you have.
Yep.
So Warframe, the game that it's a little game that could.
Oh, it's an amazing game.
I mean, it started off. It started off so small.
Oh yeah.
And now there's all these huge expansions and all this huge crazy new stuff.
Yep.
And I got all these crazy things for free, and so I set up a new account and started playing it on my computer, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
It really is fun.
No, I was
game is a fun time.
I downloaded that again on Steam, and then I got all the Twitch Prime stuff, so a lot of fun.
So I've got all that stuff, and I got this Warframe that looks like Anubis.
Yeah.
And he's pretty badass. So, you know, I've got that, and you know, I've been playing Guild Wars 2 again, which, you know, funny enough, I start playing it, and then that whole big scandal happened.
Right.
Not scandal, but you know what I mean. The 2 people get fired.
Yeah.
And then I've been playing Dying Light just to get through it all again because the new one's coming out, but the new one's not until next year, right? I think they thought it was 2019.
I don't know. That's another one that's up in the air, so we'll see. Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, that one looks interesting, so we'll see. But anyway, so I'm playing all of those, so I've got plenty of stuff to play.
You're playing a lot more video games than I am. Like, seriously.
Plus, I'm playing Hollow Knight, like, all the time on my Switch.
I love that game. That game is so pretty.
It is just so good.
Yeah.
Like, it is probably the best Metroidvania-style game that I've played that isn't a Metroid game.
It is.
So
I would be not surprised to see if that's Game of the Year this year.
Yeah, it's got so much character.
Or a contender.
And it's such a good game.
Yeah.
It's really hard, but I'm slowly plugging away and getting further and further down.
Yeah.
And it's so cool.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that it's on the Switch because it's perfect for little bite-sized snippets of play.
Right.
So
just pick it up and go.
It's good. Yeah.
No.
And Battle Chasers Night War. That's another one that I've been playing a lot of on the Switch.
That's a good one too.
It's like a JRPG, but like a Western JRPG, like almost like comic booky.
Yeah.
So that one's really cool too.
Dear God, dude, how many games have you played this week? God, you're worse.
I've been busy.
See, you're
busy.
Apparently
busy guy.
See, because I've been watching a lot more TV than I've been playing video games, honestly, because I'm kind of burned on games right now. Like I still read all the articles, and obviously I'm still like super in depth with them. But like the only game like I can honestly say like I put my hands on like a lot of is Fortnite. Like I have not stopped playing Fortnite. Like I've just been playing. I've been playing the season, and they have this stupid. Well, it's not stupid. It's a lot of fun. But they have like weekly challenges. So they start on Thursday. Yeah. They go to the next Thursday, and then they have stuff that you can unlock. So it's like you have like if you buy the season, which I definitely recommend you do, because you can jumpstart basically on the season itself. Like if you buy it, they jumpstart you like 25, 26 levels. And then obviously the main objective is to get to like level 100, which unlocks like, this really cool Viking looking dude. People have already unlocked him. So people play this stuff nonstop, and they're way ahead of me. Like, I'm probably level 60, 65, 66. So I still probably have like 40 levels to go, which I'll make it before the end of the season because it's a 10-week season. So it's a good, where it's week 2 right now, 8 weeks left. I mean, what are we talking? Probably, let me see, 1, 2... let me see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So probably like mid-September, roughly. This season's gonna run for, and then they'll have another season. Probably they'll run them till, I'm guessing December. I'm guessing they go by quarterly seasons. Is probably what they do. That game is so ridiculous though, and I had to laugh because when we saw the numbers were like they make $10 million like what a month. I was like, no way.
Like it's just,
but I was like, but when they're
amazing.
but when they're
such
charging,
a goofy, fun game.
Well, I know, but when they're charging skins and like pickaxes and stuff like that at $25 a pop, hell yeah, you can make $10 million a month. Dear God.
Yeah, and just because like each one of their little things, you buy what do they call it? Like the battle chest or something like that. Where what is it like $10?
Yeah, like the season itself is like $10. Yeah. But then but then they have like all these like different dances and they have all these different skins that they put out. Like they put out these skins. Buy all that stuff. Yeah, I know, but they put out these skins every 48 freaking hours. Not kidding.
Right.
Unreal.
And people snatch them up. Because they want to collect them all.
I know. I'm guilty because I bought the shark one today. So
well, it's Shark Week.
I know. I had to get it. I'm sorry. So they had a shark skin. I already had like 1,000 V-bucks, and I was like, well, screw it. So I was like, I'll spend $10. I'll get it. So, yeah.
Well,
but,
all right.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been playing that nonstop. Like honestly, like I would say between that and watching. You ever watch *Handmaid's Tale* on Hulu?
It's funny that you say that because I just realized I had never even seen Mad Men.
Sure.
And then recently, my girlfriend told me that I should watch it.
Yeah.
So we've been watching it. And I think the Handmaidens show on Hulu. Yeah. One of the characters is
on Mad Men. Yeah. Mad Men. Yeah. Yeah.
And
she sure
so is. I was like, oh, look at that. So, I've never seen it, but I saw like a promo for it, and I saw her face, and I was like, oh, I recognize her now because of Mad Men.
She plays June. Yeah.
Which,
she does. So she does an
I'll
amazing.
Admit that I was wrong for never watching Mad Men. Yes, it's a good show.
I've never watched Mad Men, and I've never watched Breaking Bad. And I know probably everybody that's tuning in right now, like, are you freaking kidding me? You've never watched Breaking Bad. I probably watched like maybe 3 shows of Breaking Bad. I could never like get.
It was too stressful for me.
I could never get into it.
Up to like 2 seasons.
Yeah,
I was like, I can't.
I could never ever get into it. Like seriously, like it's just one of those shows. It's just like yeah, I understand it's amazing, but it's just I can never get into it. So, but I've been watching a lot of The Handmaid's Tale with my wife though. We love it. Like we're on season 2 right now, and I guess it's only 2 seasons right now. Obviously, they're gonna make the 3rd, but really, really good. It's really messed up. Like this weird society they make of. I guess like there's this plague. Yeah. I'm not ruining anything with you, but they they can't have children anymore. So it's like these supposedly Christian people with their higher values, even though there's a dark secret about them. They basically gather up all the fertile women and they force them into this like forced, childbirth. So it's a long story. I'm not going to ruin anything, but if you haven't seen it, definitely check out Hulu. To go watch it because it's definitely worth your time, but it's messed up, man. Seriously, like me and my wife are like, dear God, because we have obviously we have a 6-year-old now, and I can only imagine like what would happen if either one of them were taken, and basically just put in this situation. I would lose my goddamn mind. So yeah, man, seriously, having kids makes you soft. I don't care who you are. If you have a kid, like seriously, it totally. Ugh. I never understood it until I had a kid, and then you have a kid, and you're just like, oh god, like what would you do if your child was ever, hurt or?
Yeah, I don't like to think about.
I don't like to think about anything. Like seriously, yeah.
Yep.
When you're forced to think about it, like you will lose your mind sometimes.
In my brain, when my kids aren't with me, they're in a safe bubble where nothing can harm them.
Right.
That's where they are until I get phone calls where something bad has happened.
Yeah,
so,
it's just rough, man. Seriously.
It's hard.
Tearing up over here. It's horrible. Damn kid. Making me feel feelings.
Right, well, look, let's move on. Let's move on to video games.
Okay. Well, yeah, I figured we wasted enough time. Why not? But obviously, this week was San Diego Comic-Con. I think tonight, I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, tonight's last night. So I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I know I did. There's tons of stories we're going to talk about today regarding just what we saw at San Diego Comic-Con. But obviously, the big $200 elephant in the room, which I don't know if I would spend this kind of money, like honestly, on this game. And the reason I say that,
one of my favorite games ever, but still.
But I don't know if I would drop $200 on this. But what I'm talking about is obviously Capcom they unveiled the collector's edition of the remake of Resident Evil 2. Obviously, the game's producer was on site he announced the edition at a panel and explained obviously what players would find in it. So the collector's edition includes the deluxe edition of the game, which is Resident Evil 2 with a special deluxe packaging and I guess an extra DLC pack card. The DLC includes 2 outfits for Leon and 3 for Claire. The Albert model of the samurai edge weapon and a code to listen to the original music, which is kind of cool, rather than the remaster soundtrack. The collector's edition also adds a 12-inch figure of Leon, 32-page art book, a digital version of the 25-track album. I burped there. That was horrible. Sorry. I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's great. 25-track album featuring songs from the game and a poster. It's all collected in basically one RPD themed box, but it's exclusive to North America. So you have to buy it from GameStop, which is, I guess it's an exclusive from GameStop. It's available. This is the kicker though. This is the reason why I say this about this. This game is super old. I mean, this game was what? PlayStation 2? Correct me if I'm wrong.
No.
PlayStation?
PlayStation 1.
PlayStation. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously we know it's been redesigned. It looks like a brand new video game, but the collector's edition is $200. So it's $200 here, $240 in Canada.
I don't know.
I don't think I can wrap my mind about dropping two. Like I honestly, like, I understand, like, there's amazing collector's editions out there. I would say
this one doesn't seem that amazing though.
It really does. Well, if you've seen the statue, I could give him. I could give him the statue.
Why is there only just the statue of him? Why not a statue of Claire as well?
I don't know. That's a good question. So it does look. It looks super cool, but the $200 price tag on that for a game that is that old, and like I know they keep on telling us like it's not the original game. It's basically been reworked from the ground up. We've seen footage of it. We saw footage of it at E3.
Yep, people have played it.
People played it. People are
played it, and they said
raving.
It's amazing. It's
terrifying. People are raving about it.
So that's great.
$200 though, man.
But I don't know.
Rough.
I mean, I'll be happy enough. I'll pay full price, even though it's a complete remaster.
Mm-hmm.
I would still pay $60.
Sure.
Mostly because it's 2 games in one.
Sure. Yeah.
You're getting to play the game twice as 2 different characters.
Right.
And, I mean, I totally will. I'll play the game as one and then the other. And, so you get the whole story, like in the original. But I just don't see.
I don't think I could drop that kind of money on that, though. I just don't see it.
I don't know. Yeah, I agree.
Well, because the next two,
it's a little pricey.
Well, the next 2 stories I'm going to read, obviously, these are the pattern that we're going into. We're talking about collector's editions, because the next story I want to talk about is Spider-Man. Obviously, we're really excited about the game. It looks amazing. Everybody that I've talked to says, that have actually had their hands on it says it's been amazing. It's going to, it really, it's being built up really, really high. So if it fails, I'll be surprised. But they revealed at Comic-Con too they're going to be introducing a limited edition PS4 Pro, which for PS4 Pros, like the themes, usually a lot of the times it's hit or miss. This one is hit. Yeah. It is slick. It's a red PS4 Pro with the Spider-Man on it with a red controller. Obviously they're not asking for anything special of it, but it's a PS4 Pro, so it's $399.99. So here's the thing about collector's editions. When you've already bought the system, do people just buy multiple systems like this over and over and over again? Like, honestly, is there a market for this? That's what I want to know.
Do they would you trade yours in and get that one? I don't get it.
I would trade mine in for a heartbeat, but I'm not going to spend any money on the trade-in. It would have to be an equal swap in my book.
Right. That's in my eyes. Yeah, I'm not spending money on something I already own just because it's painted a different color.
Right. And like I said, the only reason I ever bought, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I would say with exception to a controller.
Sure, and hopefully they'll come out with the red controllers because man, this thing is slick. It's nice. Yeah. So it just looks really good. And like to kind of get off a little topic there, but like kind of back to what we were saying. Like if it's a trade for trade, I could definitely see it. Why aren't more companies doing that? I mean, are they going to lose money that way? I guess they would.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you did an equal trade for trade. But I mean, I'm kind of getting tired of like the whole collector's edition or the whole just a little bit more powerful edition like Xbox did. And like I said, the only reason I ever bought an Xbox One X is because I took my Xbox One S, traded it in because they had a really good trade-in deal. You know, it cut the price in half, but I still had to fork out another, $200 out of my own pocket. So it's just, I don't, like I said, I just don't know where the market is for this.
Money. I'll spend no more money on a console until it's a PlayStation 5 or the next Xbox.
See, but
I'll jump in I'll jump in right off the bat, like with no problem.
Right.
With the PS5 or whatever it's called.
Sure.
And I'll even, I'll give the benefit of the doubt and I'll jump in with both feet for the next Xbox as well.
Right. But I think that's kind of but that's kind of where I'm saying like this is where the problem is because like we are fanboys, we enjoy everything. Yeah. We'll jump on your product as soon as it comes out, but then we're stuck with it, like honestly. Yeah. And then it's like, and then 3-4 years later, for everybody else that wants to jump on the bandwagon on it, we have a better system now. That's kind of what takes me off more sometimes because it's like I want a Spider-Man edition,
Yeah, those of us that are the early adopters that already have faith in you and we just immediately grab it. We get the plain old blah version. Right. Everybody else gets these awesome ones.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying.
I would have totally been all about the God of War edition.
Well, God of War edition. I mean, the Monster Hunter, awesome. The Monster Hunter edition. That was amazing. And now the Spider-Man edition.
Yeah, that one was really cool too. Yeah.
I kind of feel like it's back in the days of when Xbox 360 was doing the same things. Like they had the Gears of War edition. They had all these other editions. It's like, dear God, I just you're like, mine's white. It's like, okay. Thanks. Appreciate it. I can put stickers on mine. Ooh, yeah. I mean, it's just, that's kind of how I feel. It's like, dude, like seriously, stop making these amazing editions. Like I could understand like if they made amazing controllers, sure, I'll spend $60, $70, but I'm not going to spend $400 on a brand new system that I already own. So
I wish they would do more themed controllers that you could just buy just the controllers.
I wish. Yeah, they should.
But they don't do that.
I know. That's the thing that ticks me off too. It's like
annoying.
It's like I wish there was just a little bit more loyalty towards their fanboys or fan group base. I guess I won't call it boys, but yeah, I just kind of feel like we get the shaft sometimes. Like we just honestly it's like we love you, we're the reason you're successful, but it's like we want new people.
They want us to spend more of our money,
right?
Like when we already have spent all of the money.
Exactly. So it's just kind of how it comes off sometimes. Like we just like, hey, you guys got $400 laying around. We know we just bought our console, 4 years ago, but hey, here you go. So, because honestly, it's like every 10 years, like I said, we've had this argument a billion times before. I'm okay with buying a new system every 10 years if I have to.
Right.
But
if you have to.
Yeah. But it's like all the money that you're going to dump into these dang things. It's like, dear God,
Yep.
So they know.
I think before I go for a new system, the like in between now and then, I have to get a 4K TV. I mean, that's really
that was my problem too. Is that I found one during Black Friday sales that were super cheap, and that was the only reason I got one. Yeah. So, but it's like, and then to build the system around it, and you're like, oh great, now I got to drop $30,000. It's like, oh okay, because money just grows on trees. God. Damn it,
It
Dad.
does, from what I hear, but
Yeah.
not here.
Damn it, Dad. I finally know what you're talking about. You're right. Up in heaven, all looking judgmental at me. So, if there is a heaven, I don't know. We'll find out. But moving on, obviously, moving on with our theme of stuff that's ridiculous, let's throw another one in there. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 just announced that they have a collector's edition coming out as well. And guess where that was announced at? San Diego Comic-Con. Haha, yeah. So in their collector's box, they have it's really cool. I'm sorry, I have to give this one to them. But it's basically, it's a creepy looking box. It comes in what kind of looks like a skeleton. It lights up and makes zombie sounds. The mystery box is inspired by Zombies mystery box from the game. Obviously the zombie part of, Call of Duty. Inside the box is a copy of the Black Ops 4 and a steelbook, as well as a zombie heroes figure pin from the Zombies characters Scarlet Rhodes, Bruno Delacroix, Diago Nicali, and Stanton Shaw. I'm sure you know those names if you played Zombies before. You also receive a 100-piece puzzle, yay, featuring from the entire Zombies experience dating back to its beginning in 2008, with a #1 issued Black Ops 4 Zombie Dark Horse comic from the Dark Horse. The Dark Horse comic actually dives further into the backstory of kind of the zombie part, so it's kind of cool. What else do you get? Let me see. The $200 box also includes Black Ops 4 lithographs inspired by the 3 Zombies experiences in Black Ops 4, Voyage of Despair 9, and The Blood of the Dead. A Black Ops themed pop socket is also included in the package. You also get a set of patches inspired by the game's 10 specialist characters for the multiplayer. It comes also with Black Ops Pass, which you get you extra zombies, multiplayer combat over time, and it also comes with additional bonus content, which I guess will be announced later. That's going to launch on October 12th. Go back to the Spider-Man one. I'm sorry. The Spider-Man one will be available September 7th at the $3.99. No word on the Resident Evil one as of yet. So stay tuned for that one. I'm guessing January, because that was when the game was supposed to be out. Here's another one. This one doesn't even have a figure. I mean, it comes with pins and all this other stuff like that, but it doesn't come with like any statues or anything like that. You get a puzzle for $200. So, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do that then. How much was this thing? I don't even remember. You still with me?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like, yeah, it's $200. Yeah, $200 box. I don't see anything about a statue or anything like that. It comes with like a really cool box, but I guess the people buy it. Problem is people
buy stuff, and you're like, why? Why do you buy this? Why are you?
Problem is people are buying stuff. That's problem. This is why they get away with stuff. $200 for a puzzle? Okay, cool.
Yeah. No thanks. Yeah, I won't see you there.
Yeah, no. That's gonna be a huge ass puzzle, probably. Moving on though. But the last story I'm going to bring you from San Diego Comic-Con is, I did not know if you realize this, Will, but I'm actually really excited for this. It should be a really good time. Mega Man is coming back to television. So I don't remember if you did you ever watch the Mega Man cartoon show back in the day?
I don't think so.
Called the 90s. So it feels like
I don't really remember.
Yeah.
I mean, I may have attempted it at one point, but
sure.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, he had his own cartoon show. Fantastic. Reason I'm bringing it up though is because Cartoon Network is revising the series again. So it's going to drop on August 5th. The first 10 episodes. And I heard something about like it's going to drop on the Cartoon Network app on the 8th. So if you are a Mega Man fan, right up your alley. Mega Man is coming back to television, so fantastic.
Did you see that? Speaking of Cartoon Network, that Thundercats is coming back to Cartoon Network.
Oh wow, really?
Not coming back to Cartoon Network, but they rebooted it, and now it's gonna be. If you look it up, they look sort of like Steven Universe.
Well, is it the?
Weird.
It's not the Netflix one, is it? Because I know Netflix didn't they do a reboot of it too? I thought they did. Yeah.
I don't know. I know
So-
that Cartoon Network has a
Interesting.
Thundercats coming, and it
Little bit
looks
more
like I said,
cartoony.
it looks like Steven Universe.
Yeah, because
So,
I know there's been a reboot done before. It was like Thundercats, and then there. I think I am right. I think there was one on Cartoon Network. Well, no, I'm sorry, on Netflix, and they were a lot more cartoony than it was originally.
Yeah.
And
This one is definitely goofy looking.
It leads me to believe that everybody in the 80s that made cartoon was out of their freaking mind, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
I go
pretty
back
much.
I go back now and look at the cartoons like that were made before 1990 and I'm like, "Dear God, what did they
Yep.
subject us to?" Like seriously. No wonder
Yeah,
we're
man,
so screwed
that,
up.
That was me all through the 80s.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That was my early childhood.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, for God's sakes, like Mumra was this demonic creature that just, oh my God, cast spells and stuff like that. I mean,
It was awesome.
well, I'm not saying it wasn't awesome, but I'm just saying, like, dear God, like just the things that our parents thought were like, yeah, it's fine. You can watch it. Like, oh, okay.
It's Saturday morning
Yeah,
cartoons. What,
right.
what bad? How could it possibly be bad, right? I mean, I had between He-Man and Transformers.
Oh my God, I know.
And all of those shows those were probably my top two favorites when I was a kid. Was He-Man and Transformers. Those were my go-to. There was a lot of them.
Mine was G.I. Joe and Smurfs, like honestly, which I know is a weird combination, but honestly, dude, I love those cartoons. So, and then, and the funny part about Smurfs too is like even Smurfs had some like questionable choices of what they
weird
allowed.
stuff.
Yeah, like seriously, like there was I think I mentioned this before, but I'll bring it back up again. But there was one scene where Papa Smurf like basically drew a pentagram in a mirror, and he was praying to Beelzebub, aka Satan, for protection against Gargamel. So
Gargamel,
yeah, unreal. Just
It's weird.
the stuff that they. I mean, for God's sakes, we had penis castles and Little Mermaid. I mean, God, I mean, just stuff that
We totally did. It was nuts.
we
Yeah.
just. Oh man, I'm surprised we made it out alive. We're fine. We're a tougher generation for it. Yeah.
Right.
So unlike everybody else right now. So we won't get into it. But Mario Kart fans, weird transition, I know. Mario Kart fans, rejoice. There is another expansion, I guess. I don't know the price on this, and I don't know the date on it. I just know that they are bringing in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild into the game. So they're bringing in the Master Cycle, which was what they just put into Breath of the Wild, which is very cool if you've never checked that out. And they're bringing in Link's tunic from Breath of the Wild. So very, very cool. And then also they said new set of tires called Ancient Tires, new glider based on the Breath of the Wild's paraglider. And I guess it says it'll update also unspecified revisions to improve gameplay, is what they said. I don't know when that's going to happen, but check out Nintendo's support website for more details on it.
Cool.
Yeah, last two stories I want to talk about, obviously. Actually, I'll throw in a little one there. Good news, Middle of Earth Shadow of War fans. No more loot boxes. And no more paid-to-win content. Warner Brother Games, actually, they took that out this week. Interesting. I wonder why.
It took, like a year?
Yeah. It's been about a year. So people bought it though. So they finally took it out. Interesting. I don't know. I guess they thought the game would be more popular, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So I know there was obviously EA had a huge backlash against that, and they finally wised up, and apparently Warner Brothers took them a year to figure it out, but yeah, they're right behind them. So, but the last stories I want to talk about today is obviously things that you can do right now. Well, actually, starting Tuesday for one of these, but one of them you can do right now. But The Division announced this week. They're getting ready for Division 2. We're super excited to see Division 2. I know Sarah is.
Yeah, we are.
Yep. But the Division 2, obviously, it still has a really active player base, which I had no idea, but I'm sure Sarah did. She still plays it all the time. But the cool thing that they're doing right now is if you go play and complete missions right now, you can earn items towards the Division 2. So they have... they're trying to tempt players back in and perhaps obviously ease the transition into the sequel is kind of what they're doing. The company's offering obviously for a limited time, free goodies, as well as limited time access to older expansions. I'm trying to think. Well, they said, I guess you get the Division. Well, it's kind of weird how they do it. It's called shields, and there's special accommodations that are granted for filling specific mission objectives. So every shield you unlock will grant you rewards in the Division, including you can get 2,000 Phoenix credits, 3 Cipher keys, and 1 exotic weapon. A patch with the shield icon and more is what they're saying, but it also grants you a tiered rank that will transfer to the Division 2, as detailed on their blog earlier this week. The higher the tier you get, the more rewards you'll get. So like tier 1, you'll get a weapon skin. Tier 2, you'll get an outfit and a patch. Tier 3, you'll get an emote and a green die. I'm sorry, a gear die. Not a green die. I'm sorry, gear die. And then tier 4, you'll get taunting emote and a backpack trophy. So every month, the Division is adding a new shield, and another one just became available right now. Actually, I'm sorry. This is as of this Wednesday. Well, actually, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. You can actually play the Division for free right now until Wednesday. So it's actually gratis right now, which I did not realize. That's pretty cool. It's called the, I guess every week or every update they're going to do this, but yeah, it says, every month the Division is adding a new shield, which is basically the objective you have to complete. And it's called the Sacred Shield. And since it's tied to the Underground expansion, you can get the expansion for free right now until the 25th. So not the game, I'm sorry, the expansion right now for free. And then this is weirdly written. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sense of it. But the Sacred Shield is granted for completing 10 phases, granting level 10 and killing 10 hunters in the Underground. It joins Shepherd, Avenger, Deadeye, and Hazard as the shields are obtainable so far. Getting all the shields and keeping up with the new ones as they come out, you'll be able to best head start when the Division 2 is released next year. So they're basically trying to entice you to get into the Division again. So everything will transfer well, not everything, but these items are going to transfer to Division 2, which is actually pretty smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not going to hate them for doing that. Sorry, I read that horribly. Just horribly.
That's all right.
Sorry, I should probably read the articles I type sometimes before I do. I was trying to get all the facts of it and try to present relevant information, and my mouth is all jumbled. So,
well, when does the new one come out? It's next year too, right?
I thought it was this year.
Is it? I can't remember. Everything is so there's so many things coming out this fall.
Yeah,
and
I think it is next year.
Beginning of the year. That I think I will go and just kind of burn through the Division again, just so that I remember the general, the gist of how things work and everything.
To answer your question, I'm sorry, March 15th next year. Yep.
Yeah, so it is next year. All right. Yep. So yeah.
So hopefully you should have ample time to get these shields done, from what it sounds like. So, unless you're like me, and then come March 11th, I'm like, oh crap, I gotta get it done. So.
Yeah.
And then just burning through
them. Yeah.
Probably doesn't work that way. So, but then the last story I wanted to cover today is obviously the game I've been playing a ton of, but I did not know if you guys knew this, but July 24th, Fortnite turns 1. It is their first birthday. So happy birthday to them. And they're actually going to be bringing in some fun birthday themed challenges. There'll be birthday cosmetics, and basically all you have to do is just complete some challenges in the game, and you'll be able to get them. So the challenges that I know of is there's one where you deal 1,000 damage to opponents, which will unlock the Fortnite birthday emoticon. I guess there's going to be random birthday cakes within the game. I'm believing this is probably the player. This is the what do you even call it? The open battlegrounds, whatever, battle royale mode, I guess. Yeah, battle royale mode. Yeah, so this will be battle royale. But apparently there'll be birthday cakes around the map, and you can dance at the different birthday cakes for the happy birthday spray. There's tagging in the game. If you play 14 matches, you unlock 5,000 XP, which those are on the season right now know how important that is. And then if you complete all 3 challenges, you can earn, I guess, a birthday cake back bling. So I'm guessing it's like a backpack. Because there's different backpacks you can equip within the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, they said birthday cake back bling. So definitely check that out. But happy birthday to them. I did not realize it's been a year so far, but now that I think about it, yeah.
I'm confused. Now, Fortnite, it's their 1-year birthday.
Yeah.
For Fortnite the game, not the Battle Royale part.
No, it's just Fortnite the game, because you are correct. The Battle Royale part did not come until later. Fortnite obviously saved the world.
Right.
I think that's what they're saving.
What they came out with, yeah.
Yeah, but I did not realize it's been about a year so far. Well, yeah, because I remember you calling me, and it probably was about a year ago, and you're like, Mike, my buddy, found out a way you can download Fortnite for free, and I'm like, oh crap.
Oh yeah, and we all tried it.
And we tried it.
And it installed it and everything, and then when you went in to play it, it was like, oh,
you have to have a subscription.
You're like, damn it.
Yeah, we were all excited that we found a way to hack Fortnite to get Fortnite for free, and we're like, oh sweet, I could use a free game. So we downloaded it, and it definitely lets you do it. And we're like, oh crap, it's downloading, and they're like, yeah, go ahead and enter in your subscription key now. And you're like, mother of God. So yeah,
and we were all bummed out.
Yeah,
nothing.
And then I ended up buying the game.
Yeah,
it's a fun game. I liked it. I love Save the World. It's still fun. Like honestly, like I for as long as I've had it, like I've not even made a dent in it. The game's so huge. Yeah. So, but then I love the Battle Royale. I love it. It's probably one of my favorite Battle Royales. I like Battle Royale games. I'm sorry. I like saying it. I like playing it. It's just fun.
I feel like Fortnite is the way it is because it's goofy, like how Team Fortress was goofy.
Yeah. And it just,
you know I mean, that
started
it doesn't take itself it's not all gritty and taking itself serious.
Yep.
It's a goofy game that has goofy concepts, but you're still killing everybody except for you.
Right.
So
it's just a good time. It's all in fun.
Yeah.
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 No hate here. That's all well, we got to get out of here, buddy. That was an hour. I know. Time goes by when Mike's talking like an idiot. So, yeah, you know. So, all jumbled.
Sorry.
But thank you to all our fans and all you old people out there in the old folks home. Keep on listening to us in the background. We love it. Please make sure you check us out. www.noobsandpros.com. Also, thank you to our sponsor, Video Games Monthly. Thank you to our friends at Player One Coffee. Thank you to Noobs and Pros, New Capital Gaming, Microsoft, everybody that's trying to build a community right now. It's a beautiful scene right now. So just a lot of people coming together, and it keeps growing. It's really cool to see the Midwest trying to get on the map for video gaming. So I'm enjoying it. It's a good time to be alive. Yeah. Life is awesome right now. So we do love you. We do hope to hear from you next week. Please make sure you email us if you want to. Just go to our website. You can just click on the button that says contact us. Send us your questions. Send us your thoughts. Send us what you don't like about us. We love hate mail. We love trolls. So we love you guys, and we will talk to you next week. Bye now.
Thank you for listening to the Dad's the Game radio podcast. Email us your questions and hate mail to dadsthatgamepodcast@gmail.com.